Now let's look at reducing fractions. First, I want to put up a fraction on the board, then ask you a question. Can this fraction be reduced or made smaller? And if so, what is the answer? Yes, it can. And the answer is 3/4. Okay, tell us what you did to get that answer. I divided the top and the bottom of the fraction by the common divisor of 3 to get 3/4. Yes, what you may not realize is that mentally you had to ask yourself if the numbers 9 and 12 had a common number that you could divide out. In this fraction, both 9 and 12 could be divided evenly by the number 3, so you could reduce it by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 3. What if you couldn't see that common number right away? Is there a way to find it if it exists? I don't know, Mr. C. Is there? Yes, let me show you how. Look at 9/12 again. Look at the top number and list out all the numbers that divide evenly into 9. Now list out all the numbers that divide evenly into 12, and make sure you list them all. 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 all divide evenly into 12. 1 can also be divided into these numbers, but we'll ignore that number for now. Now look to see if you have a common number top and bottom. Yes, 3 is a common number in both of them. Correct. So both the numerator and denominator can be divided by 3 to get the reduced fraction 3/4. Let's take another example. Can the fraction 14/28 be reduced? I want you to list out all the numbers that divide evenly into 14 and all the numbers that divide evenly into 28. Then see if they have any common numbers. 2, 7, and 14 divide evenly into 14. 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28 divide evenly into 28. Okay, as you can see, these numbers have 3 common numbers, 2, 7, and 14. So which one do we use? You'll always want to use the largest number, because if you don't, you have to keep reducing it until you get to its smallest form. So you divide the numerator and the denominator by 14 to get 1/2. Correct. How about this fraction? 25/30. Can it be reduced? Let's see. 5 and 25 are all the numbers that divide evenly into 25. And 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30 are all the numbers that divide evenly into 30. Both 25 and 30 have the common divisor 5, so we can reduce the top and the bottom of 25/30 by 5 to get the reduced fraction 5/6. Yes, as you can see, 30 had quite a few numbers that will divide evenly into it, and it was your job to make sure you knew all of those numbers in order to be able to reduce it to its lowest terms. Let's take another example, 48/64. Now these are large numbers, and it wouldn't be a good idea to start listing all the numbers that go evenly into these two numbers. Ideally, you want to try and find the largest number that you can divide out and do it in one step. But if that's not possible, find any number that is common and start with it first. I know that 8 goes into 48 and 64 evenly, and that leaves 6/8. That's correct. Is this answer in its lowest form? No, it can still be reduced by 2 to get 3/4. The largest common number here is 16. 16 divides into 48 3 times, and 16 divides into 64 4 times. As you can see, you can always reduce fractions in steps if you're not able to find the largest common divisor right off the bat. You'll always get to the lowest form if you keep reducing. Now let me ask you a question. Can 9/16 be reduced? If so, what's the answer? If not, tell me why. Let me think. Well, no, it can't be reduced. That's right. Now explain to me why it can't be reduced, Irving. 3 and 9 are all the numbers that divide evenly into 9. And 2, 4, 8, and 16 are all the numbers that divide evenly into 16. And as you can plainly see, there are no common numbers that will divide evenly into 9 and 16. So 9/16 is already in its smallest form. That's correct.